Maintain low tone with me. Maintain low tone.
Welcome to Bodywork. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. Tank said this no knuckles, pillow fisted, rehydrates 24 pounds, basically coming in as a middleweight and still can't give his opponents a nosebleed. Gervonta Tank Davis on his social media. And I believe the walls are closing in on the Lord Devin Haney. Surgical. Shakur Stevenson put on a display last night against Shishiro Yoshino, knocking him down twice, winning your boy $350 on a $50 bet on FanDuel. We appreciate you, Shakur. We knew that this guy was tailor-made for Shakur. I pretty much called it straight down the middle, said he probably going to set him still with a jab, and I said he probably going to devastate him with an uppercut. And by George, what do we have? Anyways, man, I believe that it's a lot of truth, man. It's crazy when people start talking about rehydration and weight clauses, and then you start hearing all of the different double standards when it comes to somebody rehydrating and weights and sizes and small 35 pounders, big 35 pounders. The big ordeal right now is that Devin Haney got smoked. He got legit smoked. Everybody's waiting for Shakur to put on a statement. Shakur did just that. You know, the wall's been closing in on him for all the things that he's been saying with anybody that had any kind of potential and being an opponent here in the past. And I think that a lot of the philosophy, a lot of the mindsets, a lot of the things that were said is coming to catch up with Devin and his father for all the things that they've said. Because now Shakur wants to smoke with Devin Haney. It looks like Devin Haney is going to rush to 140 pounds. But again, I put out that video called The Row with all of the 140 pounders. And I'm not sure where he believes he's going to run to. I do have a hypothesis, and that is he's going to be looking for the winner of Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor, which will probably be the safest play. Because we're not sure which kind of Josh Taylor we're going to get. He did look kind of vulnerable, albeit against the southpaw and Jack Catterall. We know that Teofimo, he didn't look good on his last outing against Sandor Martin, a pure boxer who had a lot of success. A knockdown wasn't called. T.O. was probably the benefactor of that knockdown being a difference in that fight and him actually getting charged with an L instead of a dub. But he got away with the dub. It's his third fight up. And I believe that that's the route that Devin Haney is going to go if he is to win. We heard a brief glimpse of Bill Haney saying something about Regis Prograis. We would love Regis Prograis, but then 1 minute they saying they're staying. They made a big hoopla before the fight saying that they got word from Bill Haney that they're staying in the 35 division for the rest of the year. To me, they play the A-side, B-side game. They know that they're A-side to Shakur right now, and they acting like they're the B-side, putting it all up to Shakur and making it seem like he should have to do this and he should have to send that, when indeed if they are the A-side, it should be their responsibility. But when it comes to somebody like Tank Davis, knowing that they are the B-side, there'll be all these stipulations and caveats as to the behavior in which Devin Haney and camp is supposed to act in negotiations with Tank Davis. There'll be a whole lot of I'm not doing this. You already heard Devin talk about rehydration. He wouldn't be subject to any of that. We already know what he's going to try to do as far as the money. That's why I think the numbers on this pay-per-view fight are very important and very pivotal in Devin Haney's next move. Because if he doesn't do as good as Shakur, who almost, had $1 million gate, if he doesn't do as well as Shakur and have the kind of attendance with a name like Lomachenko, knowing that Lomachenko's name is the one with all the cachet right now, and the fact that they can build it as a fight for Undisputed. Let's not forget that. It's a lot of pressure on Devin Haney to actually sell. As far as winning, a lot of people say that this is an easy victory, and I say, hey, tell me something new. He's always had the advantage, the height advantage, the reach advantage is really getting punctuated, the size advantage when he decides to rehydrate. Highlighted here by Tank's comment saying that he rehydrates to the size of the middleweight on fight night, but still can't give his opponents a nosebleed. What do you think about it? You know, I think that Shakur stamped his flag. I think that Tank is the man, and I believe that a couple things are happening right now. A lot of people are framing Tank as being a duck if he doesn't fight Devin next. I believe that that fight should happen. I'm not sure if it can because of the mindset of Devin Haney and how he's going to act. I know that a fight with Shakur and Devin can act, but right now people are trying to make it seem like Tank has the kind of power that'll make Shakur a security guard for him. And out of all three of these fighters, I'm not sure, but from the outside looking in, if you didn't know anything about them, you just saw them, who would need security and who wouldn't? If we look at the backgrounds and we look at, you know, how they've been able to move and their records and, you know, their temperament, who look like they need security? I ain't no genius, but it sure ain't Tank. Anyways, I would love to get your feedback on this, man. I think Shakur Stevenson stamped his flag. He's top ranked, top dog. It used to be Bud, but I think he really stamped his flag and he put 35 on notice for real. And we know that a fight between him and Tank is a huge fight. How far out that fight is, I'm not sure. We'll love to see it. We'll pay top dollar to see it. We'd love to get your feedback on this, you know, and all the other content. Stay tuned for all the content, you know, that's coming out. Trying to stay on top of things. I appreciate all the feedback, all the comments, all the likes, the shares. I try to get back to each and every one of y'all. You know, if you have anything that you want to hear about, you know, any breakdowns you were, you know, looking forward to or have an opinion about, want to run it by me, I'm all for it. Again, thanks for tuning in here at BodyWorkBoxing, where we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
Yeah.